Okay, so I don't have any expectations for this video because I reacted to so many horrible paleontology videos that, yeah.
Caution. If watching underrated dinos bring down the king of the tyrant is not your cup of tea, click away.
Oh man. Okay, that's cool.
The content ahead might hurt your feelings, but if you thrive in chaos and controversy, proceed. This will be a treat for you. So, a herbivorous dinosaur can't kill the mighty T-Rex? Is that what we hear you say?
Okay. Herbivores like Triceratops, Ankylosaurus, Hadrosaurs can beat a T-Rex. The only theropod that can beat a T-Rex is other T-Rexes.
Well, get ready to be surprised. Is the Tyrant's King's bite force a bigger advantage than the sheer bulk of the Argentinosaurus?
Absolutely not.
You're about to find out. Will the big T even survive an ambush from underwater? With the risk of starting a flame war, watch as we list our top 7 picks for the dinosaurs that could kill a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh yeah, and stick till the end if you want to see some of the commonly suggested contenders debunked. 7. Triceratops.
Correct, this thing's meter-long horns can gore on a T-Rex. The T-Rex's body posture makes it vulnerable to a strike from a trike.
The Triceratops, for which some reason is the most popular plushie choice, was a deadly dude. T-Rex might be a king, but it isn't invincible.
Absolutely base statement.
All you need to kill it is a 2.8 meter skull.
Weird pronunciation of skull, but okay. Also, I feel like this video was made just to appease to us real paleontologists out there. Just saying, but at least we got off to a good start.
3 horns, each a meter long, and a can-do attitude.
2 horns are a meter long. One of them is at its nose, not even a meter long.
And who's got it all? The Triceratops.
You really shouldn't use something like Jurassic World evolution as a source for education, but, I mean, if there's no better alternative, which there is, then
Both T. horridus and T. Purussaurus could get the job if it came to it. This herbivore was lighter in weight.
Mass, not weight, also using Clash of the Dinosaurs stuff, which is not good.
Than the T-Rex, but the way it was built gave it quite the advantage in its combat. Its hind limbs were straight, but the forelimbs were a little spread out, which was good for 2 things. For one, it helped the Triceratops focus its strength on its horns, and for another, it made it agile.
Correct. The Triceratops' forelimbs that are splayed out like a lizard gave it abnormally agile capabilities.
Yeah, we're not having any Triceratops speed slander. It was fast, alright? Add to that the ball and socket joint of its skull, giving its neck 360 angle mobility that could be used as an offensive and defensive weapon, and you have a ferocious beast on your hands that even the king of the tyrant lizards wouldn't want to mess with.
Absolutely yes. At least if it's a head-on fight. The only way T-Rex can win is to just simply ambush the Triceratops, but even then, the Triceratops can rapidly turn its head and body around, and the ambush would be a fail.
A single jab from its meter-long horn through the T-Rex's heart or other internal organs could instantly
You're showing Indominus Rex now. Not great.
kill the king. Even if the Triceratops didn't manage to stab the theropod's delicate organs to finish the job instantly, a few good blows could have been enough to have the Tyrannosaurus bleed to death. 6. Ankylosaurus magniventris.
Ankylosaurus. That's not a good pronunciation at all. Ankylosaurus.
Meet the armored tank of the Mesozoic, the Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus. Also, you're showing Walking with Dinosaurs Anky, which is very outdated. Walking with Dinosaurs is a great documentary, but unfortunately a lot of its stuff didn't hold up to the test of time.
Standing right next to Triceratops when it comes to herbivores bringing the most notorious carnivore down. This guy was born ready. Shorter in height than the T-Rex and usually lighter in weight, some skeletal reconstructions have revealed that the larger ones could even outweigh the big king. But no, weight isn't what this herbivore would use to take down the Tyrannosaur.
Its flat build makes it difficult for the T-Rex to flip over. Even if it gets flipped over, it can still whack its tail around. The T-Rex should immediately go for the head if it went for the Anky, but even then, the T-Rex is still prone to getting whacked.
Its weapon of absolute destruction was the massive club at the end of its tail, that the Ankylosaurus could swing at 100 degrees range. With just one blow to the head or femur, it could end the tyrant lizard's whole career. While that's just defensive, this fierce dino had one of, if not the best defense mechanisms. It had its entire upper body, head, and even eyelids protected by thick bony plates called osteoderms.
That means it can slant its body against the T-Rex, making it even more difficult for the T-Rex to flip it over. All the T-Rex probably go for the head, and even then, still vulnerable to getting whacked.
Yeah, that's an armored tank if we've ever seen one. Always ready for combat, the Ankylosaurus can no doubt bring the beast down.
Before we move on, we've got a speed challenge for you. If you subscribe...
Okay, so this video is turning out way better than most paleontology videos, but it still has the same old tropes of bad paleontology videos. I can tell that the guy watched Mikhail the Komodo Dragon, aka Mikhailis.
The Facts Junkie and hit the bell icon in the next 5 seconds, you'll win 10 years of incredible luck.
You're just begging for subs, goddammit.
Give it a shot. It actually works.
5. Alamosaurus.
Alamosaurus, okay, your pronunciation here is acceptable. Also, there's no way in hell that the T-Rex would beat an Alamosaurus anyway. The Alamosaurus is simply too big. Its neck posture is also making it safe from the T-Rex. Sorry, some grammar issues here and there, but you get the idea.
Yeah, it's another herbivore. And yeah,
You're just showing Argentinosaurus from Planet Dinosaur.
this list will be herbivore heavy. In fact, let us take this time to remind the citizens of the world that thinking of vegetarian dinos as calm and peaceful is such a misconception.
Absolutely based. I said it before many times already, but herbivores are extremely notorious for being super aggressive. They don't need to eat you. You just simply provoke them and they'll go berserk mode in the name of self-defense.
These were some of the most dangerous dinosaurs. Just take a look at what a menace today's herbivores are. Rhinos, buffaloes, and have you seen an angry hippo? So say hello to the Alamosaurus, the giant sauropod. This absolute unit.
Argentinosaurus from Planet Dinosaur again. Although to be fair, Alamosaurus is rarely talked about in dino docs.
It's 25 meters tall, 30 meters long, and weighed between 70 to 80 tons.
It's around 27.1 meters long and weighing in around 40 tons.
With that 7.8 meter long neck, it dwarfed the king. Come on now, is there something else left to be said? Well, the T-Rex would have been just as speechless at the size of this sauropod. With a little effort, the Alamosaurus could have towered over the theropod, crushing it under its weight into a smudge. Even if the tyrant lizard refused to accept defeat that easily, the sauropod's long neck or strong tail would provide the extra help to bring the king to its knees.
Now they could hurt the tyrant lizard king, but they could also hurt themselves in the process. I don't know if a sauropod would want to use its tail to attack. It'd probably just use its feet in its own weight, like come on, hundreds of thousands of newtons.
Let's not forget that there's evidence of sharp scales on it, so a neck thrash from it could possibly be double trouble for the T-Rex.
It could, but I don't know if they would want to break their skulls or just simply snap their necks. I'm not sure if they would want to do that.
4. Edmontosaurus annectens.
Bravo, bravo, bravo! This thing can beat a T-Rex, although, to be fair, it might be closer to a tie than anything. If anything, the T-Rex is slightly more likely to win, but even then the Edmontosaurus would not go down without a fight.
Now for the most underrated dinosaur to ever exist, the Hadrosaur. Our pick for the one that could best the mighty T-Rex? Edmontosaurus annectens.
If I were to include Hadrosaurs as one, I would use Edmontosaurus annectens, like you said, as well as Shantungosaurus.
Thanks to the media depictions, this guy is thought by many to be a cow's equivalent in the dino world, but that literally couldn't be farther from the truth. This 12-meter and 5-ton hunk of duck-billed dinosaur.
There is an estimate that says the Edmontosaurus annectens was around 15 meters long and weighing at 15 tons. Combine that with its natural aggressiveness and the fact that it could use every part of its body as a weapon, the T-Rex would simply get kicked, whacked, bitten, or even just simply crushed by the Edmontosaurus' own weight.
Was a force to be reckoned with. If it were to have a duel with the king, it could easily attack it with its long, muscly, sturdy tail.
Well, it could also just kick the T-Rex with its hind limbs, or even just bitten the T-Rex with its beak. It could also just ram the T-Rex, flip it over, and crush it using its forelimbs and, its own weight.
Because of the well-developed tail muscles, the Edmontosaurus tail could cause much more damage than that of the giant sauropod. That, with the added bonus of its notorious biting and terrific speed, can make the tyrant lizard question its life decisions. You do not want to mess with an angry hadrosaur.
Completely and utterly based.
Because if that thing comes at you with its maximum speed of 45 kilometers per hour, it will yeet you to the gates of heaven. So say what you will about our boy Edmontosaurus, but we think if the right amount of fury is induced in it, the king will fall. 3. Argentinosaurus.
Or, any sauropod large enough for that matter and have their necks positioned in a way that is safe from a T-Rex bite. Sorry, Diplodocus, I know you can beat a T-Rex like Brightside said, but not 100% of the time.
Here's to another majestic sauropod, the Argentinosaurus. This one though was much bigger and heavier than the Alamosaurus though.
You mean it's longer and bigger? Dinosaur size is determined by mass?
33.5 meters long and 85 tons heavy, this was the biggest animal on the planet. We'll go ahead and say that a fight between an Argentinosaurus and a T-Rex wouldn't even be a fight.
No, not at all. T-Rex would just simply run away. If it was stupid like the JFC Allosaurus/Saurophagonax, it would just simply get crushed.
Not even having to bother with the tail and the neck. If it wanted, it could crush the king under its weight with about as much ease and amusement as you crush those crunchy autumn leaves under the soles of your shoes. Now, if you're thinking about that 35,000 Newton bite force of the T-Rex, you should consider that there's no way it could touch, let alone bite the big guy. Still, let's say it managed to bite the sauropod somehow. It still couldn't possibly have had the satisfaction to see it bleed to death, unless it was from heaven. 2. Purussaurus.
Purussaurus. Purussaurus. You forgot the U.
Finally, we've got a carnivore.
Okay, so Purussaurus is not a dinosaur.
This megacroc was the stuff of nightmares for unsuspecting creatures. Lurking beneath the water with its exceptionally wide snout, this giant killer weighed up to 9 tons.
Too big. It's probably closer to around 5-ton range.
And grew to about 40 meters in length.
40 meters? What on earth? Are you taking inspiration from that 25-meter Liopleurodon from Walking with Dinosaurs?
The biggest advantage this terrifying megacroc could have over the Tyrant King is the element of surprise. Yeah, nothing passes unnoticed by the T-Rex. But what if a Purussaurus ambushes out of nowhere? We could see that scenario ending in a gory death for the Tyrannosaurus. The Purussaurus used its infamous death roll.
Which is correct. Its skull indicated that it was capable of performing the death roll. Creatures like Deinosuchus are also able to do the death roll, but creatures like Sarcosuchus cannot.
Which combined with its deadly bite force of over 15,000 pounds per square inch and those sharp teeth, could take down even the most ferocious beasts. 1. Diplodocus.
Diplodocus, and I don't know why it's about something like Alamosaurus or Argentinosaurus, but okay. Okay, so even though Diplodocus can also beat a T-Rex, it would be a bit more difficult because the Diplodocus's neck is situated where it is vulnerable to a bite from a Rex. Still though, it could simply rear up and crush the Rex.
Speaking of the Tyrant King left defenseless, Diplodocus halorum would like to enter the chat. This 33-meter long and over 20-ton heavy giant sauropod could also easily smush the T-Rex and make it look easy. To add a little oomph to the crushing process, it could possibly stand on its hind legs and then land the forelimbs on the Tyrannosaurus.
Diplodocus can simply crush the Rex with ease as well.
But we don't think it would waste all that time, and would prefer just casually smudgifying the theropod. But what about that Diplodocus using its tail to attack? Yeah, we're afraid that's just a misconception, but who cares? The rest of the body can just as easily do the trick.
Yeah, just using its tail whip at supersonic speed would just simply hurt Diplodocus itself.
Debunking. Now for some popular contenders that we think have got nothing of the mighty king. 5. Spinosaurus.
Spinosaurus, not Spinosaurus, but oh well. Yeah, it does not beat a T-Rex. Also, this is Planet Dinosaur Spino, which is outdated.
You were waiting to hear us mention the Spinosaurus, weren't you? Yeah, we apologize, but nah. The T-Rex is way more muscular, faster, and a significantly better, more experienced hunter.
Not to mention it is smarter and has forward-facing eyes.
And has a bite force more destructive than that of the Spino.
Spino? Why don't you just call it Spino then?
And no, before you say it, no, not underwater either. It might put up a tough fight, but there's no way in hell it's winning in a fair fight. If you're a Spino fanboy, we understand. It's a cool dino. But we also ask you to understand that a T-Rex would crush it in a fight.
Like at the water, Spino would fight pretty well, but at the same time, a 2021 study showed that all dinosaurs could swim quite well. If the T-Rex really wanted to, it could just simply swim and crush the Spino's neck at the same time. So, yeah.
4. Giganotosaurus.
Giganotosaurus.
Nah, the Giganotosaurus isn't so gigantic.
Are you talking about Giganotosaurus, or are you talking about Gigantosaurus, which is a nomen dubium sauropod?
It isn't even as fast as people previously thought. It's so much lighter than the T-Rex. Also, the king is stronger, smarter, and has a stronger bite. And so what if it usually catches prey bigger than itself? That prey is nowhere near as strong as the T-Rex. So yeah, it doesn't stand a chance. So why pretend as if it does? 3. Purussaurus.
Not a great way to pronounce Therizinosaurus, my friend. I think Brightside pronounced it better with Therizinosaurus.
Yeah, it's freaky. Yeah, it has giant claws. But have you seen that neck? That's a chicken wing for the T-Rex. Let's say, hypothetically, that maybe those claws will give it a few scars and scratches. But kill the Tyrant King? No, that's way too far-fetched.
Okay, so there's quite a bit to take in both of these clips. One being the Tarbosaurus, one being Indominus.
2. Stegosaurus.
Thank you. I know herbivores are OP, but Stego is just not equipped to deal with T-Rex. It can just simply get flipped over, and its walnut neck is just going to get crushed. Sure, its Stegomysaurs can cause a T-Rex to bleed, but I think the T-Rex would be able to land a fatal blow on Stegosaurus before the T-Rex bleeds out.
Yeah, it's strong. It's big, but it's no way as near as dangerous as a fighter as the Tyrant King. So no chance. 1. Utahraptor.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely no way that a Utahraptor would be able to defeat a fully grown T-Rex. It can beat a juvenile T-Rex, though, as Goji Center said.
Respectfully, no.
That is the end of the video. So, this is definitely a pleasant surprise. For a paleontology video, this is really good. Although it's not the best, but it's definitely a good break from whatever abominations the other paleontology videos are. So, yeah, besides mistakes here and there, it's not too bad. It's really good, actually. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy it. See you all next time. Bye-bye.